Hey, welcome everyone. Happy Friday. It's the last Friday of August. We made it. We made it through August. Actually, I don't think it was that hard. August went by pretty quickly, which was very strange to me. It just zoomed on by. Mr. Tibu is here very early. Um, Boy, so much to talk to you guys about. So much has happened in the past week. It's been quite a lot. A few days ago, those of you that follow me on Facebook, you know I've been dealing with some rats. Some rats in the apartment. Not in the apartment, but in like the roof of the apartment where I can hear them behind the walls. And as best as I could tell, there were only three of them in total. And I ended up buying a humane trap. And like 3 or 4 days ago, I caught two at the same time in one trap. It was pretty exciting to me. And then I took them into my car and I drove like a mile and a half to a park. This was at like 2:30 in the morning, 2:30 a.m. And hi, Stray Kids fan, hello. Um, so I drove two rats into the park, and I will tell you, yes, I did let them out, and yes, presumably they are doing fine in the park. I don't know if they are, um, but I will tell you, walking through a park that is like pretty much pitch black at 2:30 a.m. I don't recommend it. I don't recommend it to anybody. It was very scary. Okay, I don't get scared by a lot, but it was pretty scary. I'm not gonna lie. Mr. Tibu said, "Yeah, I saw that Facebook video. Yeah, I know." Stray Kid says, "I'm at my high school football game, and it's so much fun. You're there right now. You're at a football game right now, and you're watching me. It must not be a very good game." Good grief. Chrissy says, "So crazy." Yeah, it's pretty crazy, and I actually do think I'm down to just the one rat because in the last few days, I haven't seen more than just one, and I really haven't heard like noise in the walls like I was hearing. So I do think there were only three, and I am trying to catch the last one. The plan is once I catch the last one, then I will alert my apartment complex and tell them that I think they should go up there and seal everything off and check it out. So I'm trying to do this humanely and to make sure that once they go and seal everything off, there's nothing still alive up there. I don't want them to kill a bunch of living creatures living in the roof. It's not even my building, but to be fair, I also don't want there to be a bunch of them and then it becomes everybody's problem. So, it's a thing. Stray Kids says fourth quarter has started already. Oh, you're at the end of the game. Okay, is your high school winning? I'm curious. Now, and you're older now, right? Aren't you officially older? I believe you are 17. You recently had a birthday, if I remember correctly. So rats has been part of my life. Um, that's been really interesting. I will tell you that much. And then right before I came on here, I was playing a game. Now, I haven't gamed very much in a long time because I've been very, very focused on my cartoon. And yes, part of me does miss gaming, but I will be honest. I have a somewhat addictive personality, and I can keep it under control for the most part. But I will say that when I really get fixated on something, I can really be fixated on something, which is really helpful when you're animating a cartoon and you want to, reach your goal. But when you're playing video games and you are frustrated about not winning, it's not the best thing. I mean, I guess it is a good thing if you want to beat something, if you want to beat a game. But it's not the best thing if you're like, hey, I better put this game down and go do something productive, because I get kind of obsessive. So I was playing Pac-Man Championship Edition DX. Now, if you don't know what that game is, I suggest you look it up. It's really quite wonderful. If you like manic, insane, psychedelic looking, very, very fast arcade games. That's what it is. It's Pac-Man, but like if Pac-Man took a bunch of I don't know, some sort of stimulants and, drank too much coffee and ran around a million times. So I was playing that. There's a mode in that game called adventure mode, and you have to capture, like, there's a bunch of levels, and every level, I think it's like there's like 6 worlds, and every world has, I think, 11 levels in it, and each level has 3 levels of difficulty, and you can earn 3 stars for each one. Well, if you add up all of the stars, you end up with 222. And as it turns out, in order to beat in order to have access to the final boss, you have to get all 222 stars. A couple years ago, I was playing this game and I got frustrated because there's like no room for error. You can't die even once as you get closer to the end, like the levels toward the end. You just cannot die at all, or else you will not hit your target. So I remembered recently why I stopped playing, because it's incredibly difficult. But I'm happy to say I did beat one more level tonight, and so now I only have 8 stars to go until I reach 222. Oh, so exciting, because there's a PlayStation trophy at the end of all of this, and it says like only 0.1% of people who've played this game have acquired this trophy. So now it's just like this amazing carrot dangling above me, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I want to be part of that 0.1%. That's so cool. Stray Kids says, I am 17 and my team is losing. Oh, that's not great. Sorry about that. Mr. T-Boo says, I need to ask a question. Can you add a shark in your cartoon, please? Sharks for me are amazing. And Mr. T-Boo also says, Pac-Man is a very good classic game. Mr. T-Boo, I'm not adding a shark to my cartoon. The cartoon has been storyboarded. Everything has been decided. I just need to animate it. So I'm sorry to say that, but I'm glad sharks are your favorite, and I'm really happy to hear that. Mr. T-Boo says, wow, you finished that game and earned a trophy? No, I haven't. I have earned trophies, but there's one trophy left. One trophy that I can't get, and that trophy is beat the final boss. And in order to get to the final boss, I have to get like a perfect score on all the levels. You have to get 3 stars on every single level. Anyway, it's really, really difficult. And I was sitting there playing it. I'm going, this is difficult. I don't really understand why I enjoy this. But when I finally beat the level, this wave of amazing accomplishment just rushed over me, and I thought, oh my goodness, this is awesome. I'm so glad that I beat this. So maybe that's why I play. I don't know. I've always loved arcade games and pinball games. Yes, there are some amazing open world adventure games, and I do like that stuff too. That stuff's a lot of fun. But I grew up like in the arcades, and so I will always have arcades as a soft spot in my heart. What else I wanted to tell you guys about was I have this box underneath my desk here that I haven't opened yet. My paper arrived. I ordered 2 more reams of paper. This is 1,000 sheets of animation paper. And you may recall I was talking about this, I think, last week. And I mentioned I had like a pretty good sized stack of paper left. Well, that stack of paper that I have is now this much. It's not very much, right? So I'm glad I ordered the paper when I did, but technically I didn't run out and then get it. I got it a little bit early, which is totally fine. Let me count these up real quick and see what I've got. I have been going gangbusters on scene 46. I actually think I might finish scene 46 before next week, which is great because my only real goal this month was to finish scene 45. And now here I am getting close to finishing scene 46. So I'm feeling really good. I've been on scene 46 for 10 days. And I don't know how long I thought it would take. I think I thought it would take a little bit longer, but I'm not complaining. I've really been pouring a lot of energy into it. And I actually think it's some of my best animation in this cartoon so far. What's funny about it is it's with a side character, a little toddler character, a character that makes like one appearance. So part of me is a little bit shaking my fist at myself going, why are you doing better work on these side characters? But the reality is it's because it's so far towards the end of the cartoon, I feel like every scene that I go, I'm leveling up myself. Not bragging, I'm just explaining like that. I just feel like I'm getting better. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So 20 sheets. I've got 20 sheets. And there's one on my board right now, so 21. So I've got 21 pieces of paper left to go, and then I have to open this box and get my new reams out of it. You can cry for the shark, Mr. Tibu. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disappoint you. I think sharks are pretty great for what it's worth. Anyway, so that's what's been going on. I guess I could open up this box right now on camera and do a little unboxing. It says fragile. I don't know why it says fragile. It's just paper. Why would they put a fragile sticker on there? All right, let's see if we can. We'll do a little bit of an unboxing video, I guess. I hadn't planned on that for sure, but I guess we're doing it now. All right, here we go. Also, if you haven't noticed, there's Halloween stuff up at stores now, and I went over to Spirit Halloween and picked up a really cool Haunted Mansion sign that I now have hanging on my bathroom door. I was going to hang it on my front door, but that's going to require me to get a power drill and put a screw in my front of my door. I may do that. I wasn't sure I wanted to do that. So for now, I haven't done it. Here we go. We got. Well, they packed it in some nice bubble wrap. Hey, Samantha Roby's here. Oh, let's put that up there for right now. Happy LiveDraw night to you too. Samantha is one of my channel members on YouTube. She's got a cool little symbol next to her name. You guys could be channel members if you wanted. You just gotta believe. All right, here we go. 2 reams of brand spanking new animation paper. I will tell you, I don't want to get like political or anything, but this was slightly more expensive this time than it was last time I ordered paper. And it wasn't the paper that cost more money, it was the shipping. There's my little invoice. All right, so there's that. Put that over. Just toss that over there. So here we go. So this is 500 sheets right here. Another 500 sheets right here. So I will be breaking into these very soon, since I only have like 21 pieces of paper from my last batch. And let me see here. The last time I ordered paper, what was the last time I ordered paper? Let me just double check this. I promise you there's a reason why I'm looking this up. So let's see. I ordered paper. Let's see. January. I received paper on January 7th. So I probably won't start this until September 7th, honestly. Or pretty close to that, right? So let's see. What is that? What, 9 months? January, February, March, April, May, June. 8 months, right? Am I wrong about that? Is it 8 months? Oh, Mr. Tibu says, I believe one day I will be a channel member and unboxing. Oh, that's exciting. All right, so it's taking me about 9 months to go through 1,000 sheets of paper, which is pretty cool. Like, part of why I like looking at that is it gives me something that I can measure, and I can kind of see if I'm keeping progress on that. 8 months. Okay, I don't know why I said 9 months. Thank you for that, Christy. Hey, Lauren just became a just became a member, a channel member. Well, thank you. Well, look at that. Just got a channel member. Well, thanks so much. All right. Well, welcome. Thanks for being a channel member. So let me see. What was the last? Okay. So that was wait. That was. Let me look this up again. So that was January, right? Yeah, that was January, and then the previous time that I unboxed paper before that was April 26th of 24. So from April to January, let's just start that May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Right? That's another 8 months. Yeah. So it seems like I'm kind of keeping on pace, right? It's taking me about 8 months to go through 1,000 sheets of paper. So here's why I'm doing this. So if we go now from September, 8 months forward, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. So by the time April gets here, that means I will be through another 1,000 sheets of paper. But the question is, are there another 1,000 sheets of paper worth of story left in the cartoon? And I don't know the answer to that. I don't know. So we're just going to have to wait and see. I'm bringing this up because this might have been the last time I ordered paper for new ad day. Maybe. I mean, I'll probably order paper again when I make another cartoon someday. But I'm just saying, I was trying to like space it out. I probably could have ordered 3 reams just to be safe because I don't think it's going to be more than that. But I wanted to see what another 2 would get for me. Yeah, I probably would have saved some money too if I would have got 3 in one go. But whatever. I was just trying to keep it consistent. So anyway, that's what's going on. That's the happenings over here. So I've been drawing scene 46. I'm going to go ahead and turn this around. Oh, you can see my Haunted Mansion sign over there on my door there. It's my new Haunted Mansion sign. I can go ahead and turn this around. Let's bring you guys forward here. I'll just bring this around here. Okay. So stuff that I've been working on today is scene 46. And scene 46, I think I mentioned last week, is made up of a few elements. We've got a toddler. We have some stuff in the foreground. We have a shopping cart. We have a parental figure, and then we're going to have our antagonist in the background. So there's like a lot of different elements and different layering that's like happening. So something I was working on earlier today was I wanted to get an in-between between these 2 hands. Do you see that hand kind of grabbing like that? It works right there just fine, but for whatever reason, when I was playing it, back, I feel like I would appreciate there being a just another in between. I just feel like it would be a little smoother. So I'm going to do one of those right now. I'm going to do that in between. And what I'm doing is I'm going back through. I've got about maybe 70% of this scene done, maybe 75%. I'm going back through it right now, and I'm trying to like clean things up and make it look a little bit sharper. And then I've got like a little bit left to go at the end, but I want to do the sharpening things up tonight because I'm kind of like in that headspace. Anyway, I'm going to do that. Once again, thanks to Lauren Ortega on YouTube for becoming a new channel member. I really appreciate that. There she is. She's a new channel member. So everyone, welcome Lauren. Thank you for being here and being a channel member, Lauren. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do this quick in between, and then I'll see what else I want to do next. Lauren says, thank you. Thank you, smiley face. Thank you. Thanks to you, Lauren. You get a little symbol next to your name, and I think like the longer you are a channel member, the color changes, and eventually I think I can do some more perks and stuff like that. I think perks start to show up more once there's like more channel members, which is something I'm still trying to understand, but we'll get there. We'll all figure it out at the same time probably. All right, I don't want this light to be shining in my face for too much time. Just needed to get a couple lines. All right, so we're going to go back to that. And let's actually get my other lamp on. Mr. Tibu says, welcome to this beautiful community, Lauren Ortega. Ghost. Well, I appreciate the ghost. Look at that. I love the little ghost emojis. That makes me very happy. You know, because we're heading into spooky season, and, you know, that's pretty great. Hey, if you guys enjoy getting news about what comes out in the world of animation, both independent animation and regular like broadcast and streaming stuff, if you like that stuff and you're on Facebook, I want you to go ahead and do a little search for the Stay Tuned community page. That is a page that I manage on Facebook, and that is where I put news about things that are happening in the world of animation. It doesn't necessarily have to relate to anything I'm doing. It's just news about animation in general. So I highly recommend you guys look into joining that. It's a lot of fun. It's a good place to get some news. Talk about your opinions about things that are animated. I think it's a good place for that. This hand is the hand of the parent of the little toddler character that I'm drawing. This is the hand of the parent. And what is happening in this scene is this little child is sitting in a shopping cart, and he or she notices a digital camera, and for whatever reason, this child fixates on this digital camera and gets very excited about it and really wants to go after it. And so the toddler starts grasping for it and trying to get it, and it can't reach it, and it gets kind of frustrated, and then like right at the peak of frustration, bring on all the fall things, says Christy. I agree. And so right as things get like really heated and the kid starts like flailing their arms wildly, that's when the parent steps in. You just see their hands at first. They step in and they grab the handle of the shopping cart, and they start pushing the child away. And then the child freaks out and kind of like screams, and you know, it's very very normal behavior that I have witnessed, especially when I was working in retail. I definitely noticed all manner of screaming child. And I won't say every child in retail sunshine is a little pain in the butt. I won't say that, but I will say a lot of them are. I find it to be funny, but I also find it to be very accurate, at least based off my experiences. All right, there we go. I think we're pretty good there. I sharpened my pencil right before going live tonight, and I'm wishing I hadn't done that now. I don't want it to be such a fine point sometimes. Okay, so that's good. You can kind of see that. Yeah, right? Okay. All right, so this is the in-between that I needed to make that scene work out better. I'm going to go back through. There was another area I wanted to clean up a little bit before I moved forward. Now, actually, I'll show you guys the hands. Oh no, my pencil. Ugh. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, so this is like, it's not really the best way to show you that, is it? It really isn't. Right? Can you guys can kind of like use your imagination a little bit? Christy says, I don't know what is more stressful, shopping with toddlers or with my teens that fill my cart up. Well, I imagine that they both have their own level of stress that is pretty equivalent. So this is the parent that moves across the screen. And so I'm probably gonna just use that one drawing and just have them like move from one side to the other. I don't think I'm gonna redraw that. I don't know yet, but I don't think I'm going to. This is the shopping cart that they're moving. You can kind of see that. And then behind that is my customer. He's going to be tapping his foot. I will probably work on that maybe tonight if there's time. But before I do that, I really wanted to. So these are all the drawings from the scene so far. It's a pretty hefty scene. I probably could flip a bunch of these, but I don't know how. Man, why is this never? I never have an easy time doing the flip stuff. I'll get better at that someday. I don't know. Oh no. They're not. I don't think that they're going to work in order, but we're going to try it anyway. I'm going to see if I can do this. Yeah, it kind of worked. It's a little. Sometimes it works. Anyway, the part I wanted to tweak tonight was where is that frame? And now I have to go look at the. I need to go look at my other screen and see where it was. Oh, that's right. It was that. It was what frame is that? 15B. Okay. So 15B, I felt like didn't really do what I wanted it to do enough. Right. I see what I did now. Okay. Yeah. Do I want to? I was gonna like. Maybe I'll add one more. I was thinking of adding a 15C. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I know this is like numbers and it doesn't mean anything to you, so I'll give you guys actual like visual reference for what I'm saying here. Mr. Tibu says, finally, no school on Monday. Oh, that's exciting. What grade are you in, Mr. Tibu? So this is 15 and 15B, and it's the movement's pretty minor. You really can't see it that well, but this kid is like leaning in and reaching. Right now, it kind of looks like the reaching is a hand going like flat, like it's against glass, and I don't want that. And I could tweak 14B, but I think what I'd rather do than tweak 14B is add one more drawing named 14C and kind of have the emphasis happening there. And I think it'll push it a little bit more, and that's what I want to do. I'm interested in pushing things more. Oh, you're in 6th grade, Mr. Tibu. I did not know this. We got a 6th grader in here. We got a high school junior in here. We cover the gamut of ages in this room. That is a very exciting thing, and I'm very happy to say that, actually. All right, so let me go ahead and get this going. I kind of figured it would be better if I had at least one more drawing in this section. Okay, let's see if I can get this. Right, okay, that was what was going on. Right, okay. So let's see if I can get this hand right. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Oh my goodness. It's funny how like just a couple minor adjustments can just make all the difference. Amazing. Amazing. I'm very happy. I'm very happy with how this scene is turning out actually. I really am quite happy with it. It's like I said, it's been a little bit I don't want to say disheartening, maybe that's the wrong term, but I'll just say like slightly disheartening that I feel like my best work right now is happening on a scene that's not with my main character. But that doesn't mean I don't like the stuff with my main character. It just means every scene that I do going forward is getting slightly more sophisticated. And that is kind of a good thing, but it's also a bit frustrating because I keep telling myself, you know, I it's going to get easier as I go, and it kind of does get easier, but it also doesn't, because something I've noticed is I keep finding new ways to move the goalpost. And what I mean by that is I'm trying to keep things interesting and keep things fun to watch. And so every time I finish a scene, I get really confident and I go, well, I could probably handle something a little bit harder. So then I look at my storyboards and I look at what I planned in the boards and I think, well, that's not very challenging, or it's not too interesting to look at. And so then as I'm starting my next scene, what I do is I'll start thinking, well, what else could I do if I wanted to make this a little bit more exciting? What could I do? And that's when I sort of start staging things in a more complicated way. Now, this section technically was kind of boarded this way, but I think I embellished it. So Mr. Tibu says, Phil Machi, you know everything about me. You know my real name, what grade I am, my favorite animal. But I don't know what to say, Mr. Tibu. I don't know. I do know your real name, but I'm not going to use it while you're visiting me here. But, I mean, you know everything about me, too. You know my favorite animal, don't you? You know what grade I'm in, don't you? I'm not in a grade. I have no class. All right. So this frame should wind up pushing this just far enough that I feel like it will communicate that he's extending his hand. It's going to do what I want to do. I know it's going to do what I want to do. I was slightly nervous that it would be unnecessary, and then I was like, "What's unnecessary? It's another drawing. More drawings is not going to be a bad thing. When is more drawings proven to be a bad thing in this project?" And the answer is, it hasn't. So that's kind of my answer. Speaking of more drawings, there are rapidly approaching, the number of images in this cartoon is rapidly approaching 2,500, in case you were wondering, if you're keeping track at home. Those of you that were keeping track. Now, when I say images, I don't mean 2,500 drawings, because I don't know how many drawings there are. And the reason I don't know is because certain frames will be a composite of multiple drawings. So I could have like 5 different drawings that took up 5 different pieces of paper and then merge them all together into one frame. So when I say there's almost 2,500 frames, that means there's very likely more than that as far as how many paper drawings there are. If that makes sense. I think it makes sense. All right, so we're gonna. I'm not tracing right now. I'm just using the drawings behind to determine where I want to move my character. Let's see how I want to do his head. Okay, so we're gonna bring it in just a little bit. Actually, I'm gonna use my light for this one. Can you guys hear that music? I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. All right, that should do it for this one. I'm not going to spend too much time cleaning it up because really there's no reason to do that. I won't change 15B right now. I'm gonna wait on that. I might need to fix 15B, but I don't want to make that decision right now. All right, this is 15C. Mr. Tibu says, what do you like to do more on your channel? Eat sweets or draw? I like to draw more, but I have a sweet tooth, so I do enjoy doing the sweet tooth thing. I don't know, it's hard to say. I think that doing the sweets is it's a nice laid back time to chill. I'm gonna say draw though. I feel like when I'm drawing, I can talk with you guys and I can be productive at the same time. Lauren says the music is giving spooky vibes, and I'm all for it. Good. Mr. Tibu agrees that music is spooky. Yeah, I agree. It is spooky. All right, so I know I wanted to get those done. Let me see here. I might start working on the customer. What time is it? Yeah, I got time. I always make sure, well, not always, but I try to make sure to get everything back in order, because if I need to find a specific drawing, it just makes it easier if I'm organized. Can I do this? Can I try to do this again? I can't. I always want to do that with my right hand. Maybe I can do it this way. Top down, I guess maybe top down. That's playing it backwards. Probably looks a little weird backwards. All right, so I am going to work a little bit on the customer, I think. I wasn't planning on doing that, but I will do it now. It's going to happen. Get a little water. Thanks, Mr. Tibu. I like that you think it looks cool. You know, it's spooky season, so I kind of feel like I should have a little bit. Well, I say it's spooky season. Maybe it's not tactically spooky season. Do I want to have... How do I want to do this? Yeah, we're gonna go that route. Okay, I wasn't sure how I wanted to handle this, but there's a little bit of tracing that happens in this thing that I'm doing here because I'm trying to mostly just move his foot. So I don't want his foot to leave the basic area where it is. It's mostly just his foot. So, see, I don't know if you can see this, but his foot is tapping, right? The problem is I could just do his foot tapping and then leave the rest of his body the way that it is, and I know I could do that. I keep going back and forth on whether or not I want to do that. I'm probably not going to do that, and the reason why is, like, I don't know, it feels a little too easy. So I just keep giving myself more work. Mr. Tibu says, when it's spooky season, you're going to decorate your room to make it more spooky? Well, I've got all these Ghostbusters characters behind me. I'll probably turn that light on. I don't know that no. Maybe I'll bring out some decorations and bring them on camera. Maybe I'll do that. I don't tend to decorate. I just get too lazy for it. I'm not against decorating. I just get too lazy. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. I'll bring out some stuff just for you guys, though. All right. So what I'm thinking of doing instead of just moving his foot is having like the ever so slightest amount of movement in the rest of his body. And I don't mean, I mean, it would be just a little bit, but the reason why I want to do it is I just feel like it'll be more interesting. Mr. Tibu's asking me, so you don't like to do easier draw, you like to draw hard because you say it's very, yeah, I prefer to do things that are, well, it's not just because they're more challenging. That's not the reason. Although that is part of it. I do feel a sense of accomplishment when I make something more difficult. But the reason I'm saying it is, let me lower this music. So the question Mr. Tibu is asking me, I'm going to put up on camera. So, like, or on screen. The reason why I say something is too easy, and I say that in like a negative way, is because I think when you're watching something, I feel like if it's going to be, sometimes if it's going to be more entertaining, if you want it to be more entertaining, it needs to not just be basic looking. If it looks basic, I think what happens is, I just think it loses some kind of appeal. To me, it does. To me, it loses some kind of appeal. It's just, I don't know. I mean, I get it. The images are telling a story, and as long as the images tell the story, then that should be what matters. And I agree to a point. But if you look at a lot of American animation stuff that's for like sitcoms and stuff, Family Guy and things like that. If you look at a lot of that stuff, a lot of the time, all that really moves is their mouths. or some very like slight movements otherwise. And while I think like they do a good enough job communicating what's happening and telling a story, what I don't think they do is make stuff that looks very interesting to look at. And to me, it's an animated cartoon. So if it's not interesting to look at, what are we doing? Why are we doing it? So that is the answer to your question, Mr. Tibu, of why I sort of complain sometimes when I say I don't want to do it that way because that would be too easy. It has to do with making things look interesting. I hope that answers your question. Oh, I think I set some kind of a poll tonight, or some kind of a goal, not poll. I set a goal tonight for a super chat. I don't know if you guys saw that goal was set. I don't even know if that shows up. It's not a big deal if we don't hit the goal, but I sort of wanted to. I've tried it out just to see if anybody like noticed it, and no one said anything. So I'm wondering, do you guys see that there was a goal set, or did that not show up? It's not a big deal. I was just trying it out. I'm experimenting with the different features that they're telling me about that are supposed to be cool and fun. So that's me trying to experiment with something cool and fun, and I don't even know if it worked. Now, I might leave his other foot alone. That could be a thing I do. Oh, maybe I will do it that way. I'll move everything except for his other leg. That could be. So that's a thing in animation is selectively choosing which parts to animate. And when you do that, you can focus the attention where you want it. And the thing I was saying would be too easy was if I only moved his leg. I felt like that would be too easy. So now I'm drawing the rest of his body. But what I'm noticing is his his um his other leg off to the side here. This one doesn't need to move. The focus should be on this other leg here. That's the one that's moving. But I also want his body to move a little bit. So if I keep that leg stationary and I do this, then it's going to look like he is moving and he is tapping his foot. But the other foot does not need to move. And I think that might actually help, possibly. I think it might help. Oh, Lauren says it shows. Oh, okay, good. All right, well that's good. I just wanted to know if it did. It's not a major thing. I just was seeing if like I could mess around with that a little bit. The challenge that I set was if somebody did a super chat, then they could ask me whatever question they wanted, and I would have to answer truthfully. So we didn't get a super chat. I think I said it for like the first half an hour. We didn't get one, and that's okay. But Lauren, since you decided to become a channel member tonight, if you want to have that reward that I was giving for the challenge, you may do that. You could answer me. You could ask me any question, and I have to answer truthfully. It doesn't mean I can't find a way out of it. Truthfully, but you may totally do that. All right, I hope this is going to work. Yeah, it kind of looks like it's working. So I might want to do one more frame. Lauren said, "Oh snap! Anyone want to give questions, suggestions, help a girl out? Better figure it out in the next 5 minutes. I'm only doing an hour or around thereabouts." Mr. Tibu says, "Tell him what the first species of shark in the world." Lauren says, "Here's my question. What fun thing are you looking forward to the most with the extended weekend?" Well, I'm probably going to be looking forward most to going for a drive. I'm taking myself on a day trip, and I don't do that very often, so I'm going to do that. And yeah, I'd say that's what I'm looking forward to most. And having some dinner with friends. I'm looking forward to that. I think dinner with friends. Let's say that. The driving part, not so much. The dinner with friends, I would say. That's what I'm most looking forward to. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Yeah. That really wasn't very difficult of a question, Lauren, but I appreciate the question. I know I put you on the spot. I know. All right, I'm gonna try to get one more drawing in here because I feel like I need a third drawing of him raising his foot. The question is, do I want to have him raise it? How do I want to have him raise it? I was gonna have it like in between, but I sort of feel like I'm gonna have him raise his foot maybe a little higher. I wasn't planning on doing that, but I think I'm just gonna change my mind here. That's what I'm gonna do. Let's see, is that what I want it to do? I don't know. Is that high enough? I shouldn't have made that quite so dark. adjust that a little bit. I got a laugh reaction from somebody on Facebook who gave me a laugh reaction. Oh, Nicole Bell. Of course, Nicole Bell gave me a laugh reaction. That is usually the reaction I get from Nicole Bell. Oh, that looks better. Let's see. Yeah, okay, we'll go with that. Hey, how you doing, Nicole? Nicole's over here on Facebook. I know I've hit an hour, but I kind of want to do the rest of this drawing, so let me do that. Okay. Those of you who are still sticking around, that is very nice of you. Normally I would end my video right here, but I want to get this drawing done. And I'm already talking to you guys, so there's no sense in stopping the recording. So you're just going to have to hang out with me a little bit longer. I mean, you don't have to hang out with me, obviously. You're free to go. Drawings like this don't take me as long typically because they're smaller. And a lot of the stuff I've been doing recently has been like mid-sized characters or large-sized characters. That's just because that's the camera cut that I chose, and that's the size I chose to go with. But if you think about it, it makes sense because if the drawing takes up more room, then it would take longer to do it. So needless to say, there are a lot of days where I wish I had more reasons to draw smaller drawings. But I do like it when my characters are up close and personal. I do like that. So really, it's all working out the way it's supposed to work out. Go do it, says Nicole Bell. You can't stop now, says Samantha. You can't stop now. All right, I won't. I'm almost done. Okay, I think that's going to do it. So So he's got that's like the full lift of his foot. Can you guys see that? You guys can see that, right? And lifts his foot, and then it would probably come down in one motion. The lift, it would be slower and then come down. So I'm gonna leave his other leg off because I don't need that leg to move. I just want his body to move and his foot to move. We'll see how that works. Should be interesting. I'm getting to the nitty gritty of this scene. I really think that I probably have less than 10 drawings in this scene left to go. So there's a very good chance I will be done with scene 46 this time next week, which is a really crazy thing to say. I don't think I thought that was going to happen, but that is exactly what happened, I think. We're close to it, almost there. Yep, says Samantha. Yep. Well, guys, thanks so much for being here. I feel like this has been a really productive month for me, wrapping up scene 45, which was the end of the warehouse, and now almost done with scene 46, which is the beginning of the back to the sales floor sequence. And got my new paper. Things are going pretty well. I can't complain. I will say thank you to you guys. I really appreciate you being here week after week and hanging out with me while I make this giant cartoon. Giant for me, anyway. And if you're looking for more ways to hang out with me and be involved and support what I do, head over to retailsunshine.com. You can become a free follower or subscriber there. It doesn't cost you a darn thing. And yes, I do put out content for my free subscribers. So I would highly encourage you to do that. It would mean a lot to me to have more and more people come over to retailsunshine.com. And then, of course, the Retail Sunshine Facebook page is slowly but surely getting close to 1,000 followers. It's pretty close. So if you haven't already given that page a follow, I would love it if you would, and maybe share it with a friend or three. Mr. Tibu says bye, good night, and unboxing. I appreciate that. I don't know, when you say and unboxing, I'm not sure what you're referring. You mean because of the paper I unboxed? What is this? Is that a emoji of somebody coughing? What is that? Amazing, says Nicole Bell. Thank you. All right, you guys, I really appreciate it. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your 3-day weekend, everybody. Oh, my goodness. I hope you guys are going to go do something fun. And when I see you again, it's going to be September. Then it's really spooky season. Then for sure it's spooky season. Lauren says, safe travels. Hope everyone enjoys their extended weekend. You too, Lauren. Thanks for becoming a channel member tonight. I really do appreciate that. Hopefully you like it here, and hopefully I can make it worth the investment. Mr. Tibu says, yeah, screaming unboxing. Oh, okay. Got it. Unless you work retail, says Nicole Bell. Yeah, I'm guessing that means you you are working this weekend. I don't like the sound of that. Well, I hope you can have some time off after that. All right. So try to be good to yourself, even if you got to work retail. That's the takeaway tonight. All right, everybody. Thanks for being here. I will see you next week. Take care.